Welcome to Truist Stadium for an early edition of Disco Turkeys baseball this weekend, starting perhaps a little bit earlier than you're used to, but hey, it's for a good cause. We're here Friday night in Winston-Salem. It's the Disco Turkeys and the Boone Bigfoots for the fourth time this year. I'm Graham Tuck with Brett Wiseman beside me, and as I mentioned, Brett, we're going live a little bit earlier than normal, and it's for a good reason. It's because we've got our 2021 Midseason Awards, and we're ready to announce those before we get into the game day gobble.
Absolutely. As voted on, as you mentioned yesterday on the broadcast, by our game day and media staff, after careful consideration and counting and recounting of all votes, we are proud to present you with the Midseason Awards, which definitely mean more than an Oscar.
Absolutely, and by the time this season is done, we will bring you the full season awards, and those will be voted on by the players. So make sure you stick around for the rest of the month of July as we head to the late stages of the month. Those will be on the dock. We'll start things off with the reliever of the year. In this one, there were a couple of finalists, and those three were Scout Nichols, A.C. Plum, and D. Hawthorne. Brett, what did you see from each of those three guys this year?
Well, AC kind of came on later as a reliever, but I feel like he's really stepped into that role pretty well. D. Hawthorne, not a reliever or a pitcher by any stretch by trade, but when he's come into some pretty tough situations and got out of them scoreless. That's what you need out of a relief pitcher. He fits that bill pretty well. But Scout Nichols has been a guy all year that, along with those two, have come in and not only eaten the innings and gotten outs, but consistently kept the game where it is and kept things scoreless from whence they came in, which is exactly their job.
And with that being said, the mid-season winner of the reliever of the year is, drumroll, Scout Nichols. And he won it nearly unanimously with a total of 6 first-place votes among 7 that were available, and 20 vote points overall. Only received 1 second-place vote.
Whoever voted second place for him, I won't name him by name, but he might have gotten it wrong. Scout, he's pitched in 12 games this year, 19 and a third innings. He struck out 20. He does have a save to his credit, but you can't really look at the rest of. It's hard to judge, the ERA, the hits, the earned runs because of the situations that he's been presented with. It's okay. If he gives it 1 or 2, it's okay. But the thing that Scout does well is he pounds the strike zone, and he has some nasty, nasty breaking stuff that gets incredibly deceptive as he goes on into an outing. The slider, it almost gets better the further he gets into a relief outing, and that is something that not a whole lot of other guys on this pitching staff have, is the ability that when they go later into a relief outing, that they're able to get more break on their slider, and he places his fastball so well it's tough to hit.
So Scout Nichols, mid-season reliever of the year, and that brings us to our next award. It's the most improved player of the year. This one also had 3 finalists. They were A.C. Plum, Bryson Beber, and Dino Tharp. Each of them received at least 1 first-place vote, but the winner, and by a fair margin, was A.C. Plum.
No doubt about it, and more than deserving. As we said, he struggled in his first couple of starts with the ball club. Kurt Cabana made the decision to transition him to a reliever, which has long been his role in his time at Rice University. And I think he's really settled into that role and has taken it on well. He's got the perfect amount of stuff for it, too. Really good four-seam fastball that he rides up and in on guys. Devastating 12-6 curveball. Really good cut fastball action as well. He's got the perfect 3-pitch mix, and he's really found a way to locate all of those, which he struggled with early on.
A.C. Plum has been phenomenal in his last couple of outings, and as you said, he's fit into the reliever role perfectly. Definitely has improved as the year has gone on. The next award on the dock is the pitcher of the year. This one also 3 finalists were Nick Macadon, John Owen, and Ben Tanman. Each of them received at least 1 first-place vote. But the winner of this one with 3 first-place votes and 12 voting points overall was Nick Macadon.
Well-deserved, I would say. He's doing pretty well at the bat as well. But his pitching stats, he's got a 7.61 ERA. He's pitched in 5 games. But you look at his strikeout numbers, again, he's just a guy that has come in and when this team has needed it most, eaten innings and gotten outs. He's come in a lot of really tough situations, but he's never made the situation worse than when he came into it, right?
Oh, for sure.
He keeps things kind of even keel on where they are. He's a strike thrower, and a lot of times that breeds strikeouts. He's also a pitch-to-contact guy. He knows how to get outs and eat innings, and that's exactly what the times that this team has needed it, he has come through time and time again.
So Nick Macadon, your pitcher of the year at the midseason point. We're halfway through. We'll get into the offensive player of the year. This one, as the others before, 3 finalists. They were Dion Tubbs, Dino Tharp, and Henry Kohler, each one of them very deserving. But the winner by a landslide with 4 first-place votes and 15 voting points overall was Dion Tubbs.
Yeah, Dion, the only player on this entire roster to have a single, a double, a triple, as well as a home run. Granted, it was an inside-the-park home run at that.
Still counts.
Still counts. I mean, look at his stats, man. He's hitting .260. He's got 3 ribbies, 13 hits on the year. I mean,
and he's in the middle of a 6-game hitting streak right now.
Exactly. He's got 4 stolen bases. He's a menace on the base pass.
Make that 13 stolen bases.
Exactly. He's an absolute menace at the plate and on the base pass. He makes life tough for the opposition. And look, for a guy in the leadoff spot, he does exactly what you need him to do. Not only does he have that ability to get extra base hits, but he knows how to get on base. He grinds at bats perfectly. He works the pitch count. And when he sees a pitch he likes, he goes after it. And he has the bat speed to drive it.
And Dion has been one of the key pieces for the Disco Turkey offense all year long. Now we'll go to the defensive side of things with the Defensive Player of the Year at the midseason point. Again, 3 finalists for this award were Kix Farrell, Austin St. Laurent, and Dion Tubbs. And each one of them very, very solid at their own position. But the winner in this one with 4 first-place votes and 15 voting points overall was Kix Farrell.
No doubt about it in my mind. Since he came to this ball club a couple weeks into the season, he has been nothing short of spectacular defensively, whether it's been at shortstop or at third base. He has made that left side of the infield defensively better tenfold than when he got here. He just kind of changed the mindset all defensively, and he's done so with some spectacular plays, and he's done so with consistent, smart play as well.
And of note, the most memorable defensive performance that Kix
no
had.
doubt.
4 consecutive putouts in the same game.
6 total, 3 in the same inning.
Phenomenal stuff.
And a game offensively, he went 3 for 5.
Yes, 3 for 5, and then another game in the same weekend where he went 4 for 4. So Kix has really been coming into his own in the Disco Turkeys uniform, especially on the defensive side of things. And that'll bring us to our final award of the pregame show, and it's the Most Valuable Player Award. As you hear the drum roll in the background, this one was also a very, very close race, one that had many people who were very deserving. But the 3 finalists were Dion Tubbs, Logan Conklin, and Austin St. Laurent, each one of them receiving first-place votes, as we mentioned. But no surprise, the winner of this one, Dion Tubbs.
Dion Tubbs, congratulations on the midseason MVP, and well-deserved, I would say. We went over his stats a little bit ago, but he's the do-it-all guy. He's the guy that makes this machine run. He's the guy that gets this offense going. He makes great plays defensively in center field, too. When you look at the definition of most valuable player for this ball club specifically, Dion Tubbs fits that bill and checks every single one of those boxes.
So there you have it, your midseason awards as voted on by the game day staff, rounded completely out. We'll recap. Reliever of the Year, Scout Nichols. Most Improved Player, A.C. Plum. Pitcher of the Year, Nick Macadon. Offensive Player of the Year, Dion Tubbs. Defensive Player of the Year, Kix Farrell. And MVP, Most Valuable Player, Dion Tubbs.